What is that? Hi, Nisi Pooh. How you been? I'm eating potatoes and sausage. I just had a craving for. First of all, how everybody doing? Pardon my rudeness. My little trendsetters and everyone else. The nosies, the onlookers. I have been watching movies all day, but the ones I have picked have not been good. I thought my nephew was going to bring me some chicken quesadillas, but he didn't. It's amazing how people are, y'all. It just amazing. And then I wanted some potatoes. I didn't think I had any. So I went looking in my kitchen closet and found potatoes. So God is good. I didn't know I had any. And what I do to my potatoes, I boil them. I cut them in little circles. I boil them until they get tender. I can't show y'all because I done had my little moo on all day. I didn't go anywhere today. It rained a little. It stopped. Then the sun came out. I just closed my door. Some of my neighbors smelled like they were barbecuing. But I just stayed in the house all day. I didn't go anywhere. Me and my mom supposedly went to a funeral. Uh, the pastor, uh, wife, mother passed, but she changed her mind. So I'm glad because I don't like getting up early. Hello, hello, back at you. So I got the TV paused. Now I'm gonna look up a movie that I wanted to watch. You can speak Spanish, so can I. I'm multilingual. Yep, Franco. I'm glad you know how to speak in Spanish. Everybody needs to know a second language. I don't care if it's French, German. Just know a second language. That's my sausage and potatoes. It looked like a lot, but it's not. So I got me a Conecuh sausage, of course. Now these are the kind of Conecuh sausage they need at Jack's. Now when I went to the baseball game, they had the kind of looked like hot dogs sausage, but the ones they got down there, I hope I didn't show my leg. I got my little moo on. I go back and check. But I've been relaxing. Yesterday was a prayer day for me, so when I do stuff like that, I try not to uh, upload nothing. I try to Focus on what's important. Praying. Prayer is needed now. It really is. Um, that's the reason I did the thumbnail again about it. Just been in me about don't worry about small beginnings. That's if you starting a business, if you starting your channel, you want to do social media, if you want to start decorating, whatever. Don't despise the small beginnings. If you get one customer, be thankful for that one customer, and God will turn that one customer into a million customers. You just have to ride the wave and be patient. I got a video I got to finish about when you rush things and you do certain things in life, and all the frustration it comes because you're not being patient. You want it too fast. You want it like microwave. Boom. Put it in there and it's ready. But I hope y'all know microwave food is not good for you all the time. Those waves. Sometimes you need to turn that stove on and just let it cook. I was ministering to my prayer partner, and how God showed her how He's marinating things in her life. You know, we can't rush the process. We have to be still and know that He's God, and whatever He has planned for your life is going to come to pass. Your frustration comes when you try to help God out, when you try to go in front of Him. And He's regularly telling you to be still and wait, and don't worry about if you know, if you ain't got no customer, if you ain't got no businesses. You just learn how to wait. Wait on the Lord. Hello, Tyra. Falanga. Hello, how you doing? Let's take screenshots, y'all. But we have to learn how to just to be patient. This was, how many potatoes was it? I think it was about 3 of them. And I sliced them things up. Now I could have got impatient and just went to the store, spent my money on potatoes, and all I did was sit here, and God knew my heart. He the one who led me to the kitchen to find the potatoes. They was behind some I'm gonna make some rotel dip, and I had some scoop chips, and then I had the regular Dorito chips, and it was something else in the way. And I got to moving and stuff, moving. Really, I was in there cleaning around, and I looked. I said, "Thank you, God, that I did not go to the store." He led me to those potatoes. I cut them up and let them boil. Put my butter and black pepper on them, and then I unthawed my Kaneka sauce, and that's my dinner. Cause my nephew didn't come. So this my dinner. I'm gonna get me a hot shower after this, and I'm probably going to bed. Excuse me, I was chewing. I apologize. And I'm probably gonna watch TV in my bed. I don't like doing that because you get watching TV and you get staying up later than what you should. We have to get our rest so that we can be ready for the next day. But that's just like a farmer planting a seed. He's not going to get his harvest the next day. He got to wait. He got to do certain things to that plant that he has planted in the soil. He got to cultivate. He got to get rid of the weeds and different things. He got to water them. He got to take care of. He got to make sure when he see certain things trying to come in his garden and take over his garden. There's steps that you have to do, and that's just like spiritually. You got to take care of your temple. Hello, Thunder, 2T and KC. Welcome. And you have to take care of your temple. You know, everything is not going to happen, y'all, overnight. You can pray today, and it may not happen until 3 or 4 months or a year. It may not happen at all, but what you going to do? Get frustrated and give up? No. You're going to keep pressing and fighting. Because, again, it doesn't happen overnight. You're not going to see the fruit of your labor overnight. That's like you going to a job. You're not going to get paid the next day unless maybe you're a waitress. You can get your tips. But that's with anything in life. And you won't be so much frustrated if you learn to just despise not small beginnings. You know, you may want to be a manager. You may want to be a CEO, but it's not going to happen overnight. There's a process that we have to go through to get where we want to go, and it's not going to happen overnight. You know, if you do social media, you may not get no likes, you may not get no views, but don't despise it. Don't give up. Keep posting. Keep going. If you can go live, go live. Keep doing it, because eventually your platform will grow. It'll reach the right people. But when you try to do things in your own way, your own flesh, your own ability, you're going to burn out. And some of y'all probably already burned out. That's the reason you're tired. You got these headaches, your blood pressure. It's because you're trying to do too much. Y'all trying to be God in your own life. I'm trying to eat and talk. But just learn to be still. I'm speaking from experience. Always trying to, if you try to jump ahead of God, I'm telling y'all, you're going to fall. And it's going to hurt. So instead of falling, just the words of encouragement to everyone is just to be still, trust the process, hang in there. It's going to happen. And somebody may be saying, what if my light bill or this bill due? And I don't have the money. The first thing it would be is, what did you do? And I'm speaking from experience. I done told this testimony. Y'all, I don't have children. And I work. And when I say I make good money, I make good money. For the past 5 years, I did a government program. And these people pay good. You get good insurance. You get to go on all these little fancy trips. They pay for everything. And I would make good money. Even, let me see, probably since high school, I did fast food and all, stuff like that. But y'all, I would spend. I wouldn't save nothing. I would spend, spend, spend. I was so bad at it. I would have 2 of the same blue jeans in the closet, 2 of the same shirts, shoes. I'd be like, I need a pair of brown shoes. And I don't know why I didn't see the brown shoes. I go out and buy the brown shoes. Didn't need them. But it was because I was trying to just look good, I guess, for people. But you know what? When my lights start, I got one disconnect notice. And one time my lights got cut off. Where I live, you can't get your gas cut off. You can't get your lights cut off. They got to stay on. Or you can get evicted. You'll have to move. And my hard head self did trying to get mad at the people when it was my fault. We some funny human beings. I'm telling you, the human, we some funny people. We do stuff and get mad because we open the door to it. Y'all, I would get so mad, call myself gonna fuss at the people. And it's like God would tell me, this your fault. You didn't go and pay your bill because you trying to buy blue jeans. And then y'all, like I said, some of them be two of the same kind. And if you know me, I'm very organized, so all my clothes are color coordinated. I would have the same two dark blue jeans or light blue jeans or black blue jeans. Two of the same pair. Y'all, it was so bad. I would have two of the same shoes. Have to go back out there and change the shoes and tell the people I want my money back. Sometimes I didn't know what I did with the receipt. But it wasn't nobody's fault but my own, because I was just that bad. So I had to learn. I started giving my money to my sister. She was my little accountant. Y'all, when I started giving my sister started paying my bills because I never had to pay bills. When I grew up, my mom and daddy did stuff. When I got married, my husband did everything. So y'all, I didn't have no responsibilities. And when you like that, it's hard, to my ex-husband. Let me clarify that. My ex-husband, no disrespect to his wife. But I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do was cook and clean. So I'm so used to it, my daddy doing stuff for me. Now my mom, she really wouldn't, but my dad, he would. And y'all, I was just horrible. I had to start letting my sister pay my bills for me. She did it for about 2 years. I would give her the money. I'd tell her, I don't care how bad I want it, don't give it to me. I don't know why I went this way. But y'all, let me tell you, it was hard. Because I would go to a store and I'd see something. And see, I didn't have the money, so I couldn't buy it. But it broke me and it taught me, and then I would just throw my receipts away. I had one company that tried to take me to court. And they could have won, but the only reason they didn't win is because they had messed up on their filing. So that's the only thing to save me, to keep me from going to small claims court, because I would throw those receipts away. But y'all, I tell you, a hard head will make a soft behind. You keep running into brick walls, you're going to learn to appreciate the small times in life. You don't have to rush and do anything. Take your time. You don't have to rush out your front door. And I always talk about, people be talking about something, telling me something. That's the voice of God letting you know you need to sit down and be still. Then when you do go, what's happened? You're going to see an accident. You're going to get stuck in traffic. All because you were so hard-headed and in a rush. Don't despise small beginnings. Like now, this is a small beginning for me, this apartment. I appreciate it. I am so thankful. And I'm not going to move from this place right here because it's my home. I made my apartment my home. I don't have a house. I have a home that when I walk through my door, the peace hits me. Not confusion, not no mess. So I'm not going to despise my little small apartment. People may talk about people who live in small apartments or any kind of apartment, but that's just a small beginning for some. Who knows what's going to happen on down the line? I go out there and try and get a big house because I see this person getting a big house and this person doing that, this person, getting houses. And you go out there, instead of being still and appreciating where you live, you go out there and get in debt and can't even afford the house. Or you go out there and get in debt and can't afford the car. So wherever you are, if you driving a hoopty, drive that hoopty until you can't drive it no more. Don't let, and a lot of people let circumstances that they see their friends or, they besties or they homeboys doing this, that, and the third, and they try to compete and compare, and I'm just going to go get me a car. And then you can't even pay for the car. And now it's being repossessed. I'd have had that to happen. But not because I was looking at people. It was because of my financial, um, what they call, I wasn't being a good steward over what God had entrusted to me. And now I can say that I'm in a better place because I watch what I spend. I don't go out there and get stuff I don't need. Thank God I don't. Um, I guess I would have been a shopaholic. That's what you would have called me, a shopaholic. But I tell y'all, it ain't good when you don't spend your money on something and you knew you got a bill, and now you got to call this person, try and borrow from it, and then when they don't help you, you get an attitude with them. What did you do with your money? If you were like me, you was out there at Cato's and Walmart, and if we went to the mall, we don't have a mall here. You have to drive about 30, 40 minutes to that mall, and you done went out there and got all that. I'm talking about I would match from the earrings and necklace, my accessories, everything had to match. The purses, and all the while not being a responsible person, paying my rent, paying my light bill, my gas bill. We used to didn't have a gas bill here, but they started that probably about 3 years ago. I'm talking about, wait a minute, y'all. I'm talking about I get fighting mad with them people. And knowing it was my fault that they ain't paid my bill. So I'm happy that I am where I am now. And I'm glad these people didn't evict me because they didn't have to do what they did. They could have put me out. And I know I couldn't go back and stay with my mama and my brother. So y'all, I'm telling you, don't worry about where you are. I don't care how small it is. Don't worry about it. Because you go, I'm telling you, if you try to fix it, if you try to do it, if you try to make it happen, it's not going to last. And like I said, y'all look forward to a video that I did. I got to finish and upload it, saying kind of the same thing. There are so many people in financial debt because they're trying to be like the next person. And y'all don't know, I tell my nephews this all the time, and my nieces, y'all be looking at people because they dressing nice and they got the latest outfits and all that. Y'all don't know how them people getting that stuff. And there you are envying them because of what they got. You know, be appreciative of what you have. Put on your blockers, your sun blockers, and block out what everybody else doing and focus on you. And don't worry about if you ain't got but one friend. Be thankful for that one friend. Sometimes it's not good to have a crowd. That's what the drama is, in the crowd. I'm often misunderstood because I don't hang with a lot of people. For one, I have a gift of discernment. And if God allow me to discern your spirit, I'm not going to be around you. I'm telling y'all, some of y'all probably got the enemy right there around you. And because you want to have friends and associates and people you can hang out with, y'all, I don't mind coming to my home because I know here is peace. There's no confusion. I don't have a lot of company. I don't allow a lot of company at my house because I don't want people bringing their different spirits or whatever y'all want to call it. Some people call it their aura. I don't want that in my home. I have a peaceful home. Ain't nothing in this house gonna move and disturb me unless, like the other night, the bathroom door got stuck. I don't know how that happened. And I wouldn't let the enemy take my joy. I got a butter knife and I unlocked my bathroom door. And guess what? I maintained my peace. Y'all better learn to stop letting people take your joy. And I am, like I said, getting sick because you trying to do it. You got to let go and let God do it. Take it from Auntie Pat. I be telling my testimony. I ain't ashamed of nothing I went through in life. I done had repossessions. I done had my lights turned off, almost evicted. What else I done been through that some people may be ashamed to tell? You got to start somewhere. But if you don't go, if you don't experience those things, you're not going to grow. So when you experience stuff like that, hold your head up. It's happening for a reason. And you have to ask yourself, what do I need to learn from what I'm going through? You're not going through that for nothing. For every test in your life, there's going to be a testimony behind it. But don't you be the cause of the test. God is going to test your faith. He's going to test your worship, your prayer. You're going to be tested. And again, I'm not pushing my faith on you. I'm just telling y'all something to keep you encouraged. Because like I was telling my prayer partner yesterday, it's so much going on in the world. Y'all, we're going to need each other. No man is an island. I don't care if you don't like somebody. I guarantee you before you leave this earth, that very person that you're going to like, you're going to need that person help. That's the reason I try to treat people right. And when God tell me to forgive somebody, even though I had done nothing wrong to them, guess what? I forgive them. Because I don't want nothing blocking my blessing. I forgive them and I move on with my life. And you let them sit in their little corner and be miserable. Stop giving place to the enemy. When you sit up there and open doors and give place to the enemy, don't you know that you opening doors and you wonder why you can't sleep at night, having heart palpitations and all that? It's because all that stuff you done did that day. You can't let everything get in your body and in your mind. Going to bed with all that stuff from social media and different things. I can't do it. Ain't nobody finna pull me into that. I done been there, done that. And I'm in a place in my life I don't allow, and I never allow nobody to put me into condemnation about how I live, where I go to church, because I don't worship preachers. I never have and I never will, because they didn't save me. They didn't open my eyes to the light. They weren't there when I was going through uh, darkness. When I was married, I stayed down the street from where I am now. We live down the street, but nobody knows the battle you have fought. And you honor your pastor and things like that, but you don't worship them. And I never been a worshiper of no leaders, because that same person will pick you up and then they'll pull you down. I have experienced it, and it's not worth it. But yeah, y'all, don't despise small beginnings. You know, you just don't you may have just gotten married, just small, but don't allow people, places, and things to come in between it, because you're gonna wind up having problems. It's small. Pray together. If you get mad, don't ever walk out the door. One go in one room and another one go in another room. Because once you go out the door, guess what? It's going to be right there on a silver platter, because you done had an argument and you went out the door. It's going to be right there on a silver platter. And that's how temptation comes. And if you're not strong enough, you're not going to be able to withstand it. You're going to give into it. So if you're married and you get in an argument, and one go in one room and one go in the other room, both of you in the same house, and pray. After things have cooled off, Go to the kitchen table or sit somewhere and work that thing out. That's even with your children. Stop letting the enemy take so much from you. You gotta learn how to fight the good fight of faith. You got to stand still and see the salvation of the Lord in your life. But I'm glad my nephew didn't bring me the chicken. What I said, chicken quesadilla, because that was pretty good. I didn't eat it all. But I guess that's all. I would really come on here just to check on everybody, see how everybody was doing. And I just move with the Holy Spirit and what he puts in my heart to share. I don't want to see anybody, losing life. I'm for people winning. I don't care if you don't like me. I still want you to win. It's just we got to be there for one another. It's just like a chain. You got links, but if that chain break, you have to go and get it fixed, or some people just throw the jewelry away upon it. But think about a farmer. Think about construction workers. Think about people who had an idea to start a business. Some of them do jump the gun, and what happened? Probably a month or two later, you see going out of business. They're not thinking things through. I watched The Real Housewives. And what I noticed with those ladies, a lot of them trying to live beyond their means. And it's not just them. You'll see it all over the news. This person in bankruptcy. This person got liens. And some of them, so be in such haste, they go into criminal activity. Doing these schemes and frauds and all that. It's because they rushing. They ain't being still. They don't want to do it the right way. They're going to do it whatever, I guess, whatever kind of way they want to. But y'all learn to just appreciate where you are in life. Your friend may have a Range Rover. That's my dream car. But I don't have a Range Rover. And I'm not finna go out there and try and get it. I'm going to be appreciative of the vehicle that I have. And that vehicle that I have, that's a blessing. When I went and got it, it was, I knew it was supposed to be more than what it was, but it wasn't. And I think, ain't no thinking it, when they found out they had made a mistake, they was trying to get me to see if I wanted a different car. No, give me this one. It wasn't my fault. So that car was a blessing. Nice car. I asked God for an SUV because I was doing wedding decorations and parties. And I had a Buick at the time. I would stuff all that stuff in that Buick. Glassware, your tablecloths, your chair covers. And I prayed for that car. And I love it. I don't care what kind of car I had. My sister, she didn't give it to me. I bought it. I don't know what kind of little car, that little white car. But it was like one of them old, I don't know the name of cars, y'all. But I keep that car washed. It didn't have no heat. I would have to put cover in the car. But I bet you what, I kept it washed. I kept the maintenance on the car. I drove that car like it was a Mercedes-Benz. Y'all, I can tell y'all some stories. It's just my faith. It be tested too. Now, I ain't going to say I ain't perfect. I ain't going to say that I cry. I cry just like any normal human. That's what these Christians, every time you see them, how you doing? Blessed and highly favored. How you doing? Blessed of the Lord. Baby, let me tell you. It ain't like that every day with me. I don't know what superpowers they got. But let me tell you, I cry, I get upset, I get mad. I get frustrated just like anybody else. And I got faith. But that's because we're human. We human. And that's the reason I be trying to encourage people. Just try God one time. I promise you. You wouldn't want to try nothing else. You know. But I can tell y'all some stories. I've been through it. Been through it. And guess what? Through it. I didn't stay. I came through it. I came out of it. That's my testimony. And I'm so thankful for them potatoes. I didn't even know I had none. And I was finna go buy some. I'm gonna go to the grocery store and get that and get me some juice. I ran out of juice. I got a new juice I'm gonna try. I may do it on live, but y'all be still. Sit down, get your thoughts together, write them down. Stop rushing. Appreciate where you are. And I guarantee you, you're gonna grow. And it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be next year, the year after that. But guess what? It will happen in time. There's a there's a time for everything. You're gonna laugh sometime, you're gonna cry sometime. You're gonna be joyous, you're gonna be sad. You're gonna have abundance, and then sometimes you're gonna have lack. That's life. And we gotta stop letting life throw us off. Off guard. We gotta just know that this is what happened in life. And I'm gonna get off of here. And like I said, I'm on Tubi. I love Tubi. Uh, I kind of go by the picture, but I messed up on two of them. They wasn't good. Uh, See, like this one here, it look like it's good, but then when I probably click on it, it probably ain't gonna be no good. But that's what I'm about to do is finish watching um, Tubi and get me a hot shower and go to bed. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, night. If you go out and about, please be careful. Put on your seatbelt. If you think you done did too much, call your Uber or Lyft if you have it in your area, or a taxi or a friend. Just be safe. I love my trendsetters. I love all of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes. And just enjoy your night and it is your evening. It'll be night. I think night is considered after 8 or 9. I don't know. I need to look that up. But I love you all. I shoot the camera.